Hi, this is Keiko from Brooklyn Shoe Space. How are you? I forgot my paper that I usually hold, my handwritten little paper. It's Brooklyn Shoe Space. We're doing shoe talks, quarantine edition. Today I have guest Darrin from Detroit. I met him in our space when he came to teach bag making to women who were formerly affected by the law. It was a program that Shop Lula had coordinated. And since I see that he has been doing so many things and he's been helping out with the quarantine, during the quarantine, for making PPE and stuff. So I just wanted to check in to see how he's doing. I will see if he's online right now. And let's see. Okay, hold on. Oop, nope, he's not on yet. So I will just wait a little bit. But yeah, I see all his like fun tools. He has, I think he has a plotter, which is amazing. I don't know anybody that is the scale that he is, or like makers around me who has a plotter, which is amazing. What else does he have? He has all these toys. He's like a machine whisperer. When he came to visit us, he saw some of the machines that we had, and yeah, started fiddling around, like helping fix things. Here is Darrin, so let me get him online. Hi, Darrin.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming online with me.
Yeah, thank you. Uh,
How are you quarantining? How are you affected? What are you doing nowadays?
well,
Nice haircut.
yeah, I had this
Your
haircut,
shave.
yeah, before the apocalypse. No, well, the benefit I have is that, my studio is in my home. So I've been able to
Oh,
work,
great.
and I've been able to, this is the sort of pan view of,
Ooh.
Adler machines and
Uh-huh.
my Juki 563, the
Uh-huh.
classic. But I've been able to, work out of the house, and a lot of my clients, for bags have been able to, work with me a little bit. The main caveat being materials. I have a client who can't get leather from Tempesti right now, and it'll
Mm,
be opening up pretty shortly. But I was able to jump in with a bunch of people here in Detroit who pivoted and started making PPE. So
mm.
with my medium-sized auto cutter, I knocked out, I think, 23,000 face shields.
Wow. I saw that. For
Yeah,
some people who don't know, I think I'm gonna show them this one. This one, right? Oh, oops, the picture got really big.
that's actually my wife, Christina, and
Oh, sweet.
was
So
modeling.
the whole shield, or is it like the parts of it?
I just cut the plastic, and then
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
recut, or assembled by the scale on that's way off. Uh,
Yeah, sorry about that. I
it,
cropped the image too much.
it was cut. Oh, hey, Pergamina, how you guys doing? Um,
Yeah.
I've been working with them a little bit, and
Uh-huh.
they've been very friendly with me, and have gotten me several clients. So thank you. And I know we're gonna at some point talk about whose leather is the favorite to work with, and I'm gonna have to say,
Great.
and
Yeah.
uh, uh, and yeah. So I cut a bunch of PPE. I just cut the shields, and then
Mm.
were assembled by a group called Detroit Denim, who they make
Mm.
jeans and do denim, and they pivoted pretty
Yep.
heavily. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with a group called Isaac, which is the Industrial Sewing and Innovation Center, which is a form.
Oh, okay.
Um, I used to work at Shinola, which
Yes.
in the department. One of our former execs went and started that, and they are basically a program for teaching sewing trade skills, uh,
Great.
a teaching factory essentially. And they had just gotten a big grant from Carhartt, and were just getting up and started. And then the whole COVID thing happened, and so now they're making medical gowns, and I'm helping them
Nice.
set up the factory and work with their machines. as
Wow, great. Yeah, yeah,
my side, my secondary skill of loving to tinker with machines.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. You are
speaking
the machine whisperer.
all
Hmm.
of these machines actually, so all of these were given to me by, and you wanted to talk about mentors too. I'm going to show you real quick. This is a picture of my friend and mentor Lincoln Wolf.
Aha.
He unfortunately passed away,
Mm.
and he gave me, and I'm so this is the lower studio. This is where
Wait, lower studio. You have multiple
I,
studio
this
levels?
this is my studio. This is all the sewing machines.
Uh-huh.
And so all of those were given to me by Lincoln when he passed away. Unfortunately, he used to be
Uh-huh.
Coach's. He used to work for Coach as their head
Wow.
engineer, and
Mm-hmm. Was he in New York or was
he
he
went
in
to New
Detroit?
York, and then he came and helped us out at Shinola in Detroit. This is me walking. It's the Bronco, and then
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
this is
Uh-huh.
the second studio. This is the garage.
Oh, wow.
That's the
Wow.
nine
That's
by
the
four.
plotter I saw.
Yeah. So this cuts.
Wow.
It's got 5 functions on the head.
Uh-huh.
So it's a CNC knife. Let me see if I can get the camera to work correctly. It's a CNC knife, so it
Uh-huh.
cuts
Uh-huh.
and punches and draws. And
Wow.
so it's a leather specific machine made by Adam, who they usually make clickers.
Yeah.
And then that's my splitter. You might recognize
Uh-huh.
this.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
very
Yeah.
similar to the one that was next to your guys' space.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I never took anything off of it.
Oh, no, no, no. I know. I know. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
that's my that's my skiver and split.
Yes.
So all
Yeah.
of the older equipment was given to me when my friend passed away because he reclaimed it from Coach. So Coach, when they went overseas in I think the 90s, they went to
Mm-hmm.
Chennai. He bought a bunch of their used factory equipment and stuck it in his garage in New Jersey.
Mm.
That for until recently. And
Mm.
when he passed away, he called me up and he said, I'm sick. I want you to come get this stuff. And I went out and got it. And I just bought this house, which has
Mm.
220. I mean, I had to put all this electrical in. This
Wow.
3-phase power
It's
converter.
heavy duty.
This is the big
Uh-huh.
holder. I mean, look at the vacuum motor on the back there.
Oh, wow.
So I
Wow.
had to, generally improve
Yeah.
the electrical and all that to get that up and running. But like I said,
Uh-huh.
that gives me the ability to cut.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
in
the
5 days,
did
23,000.
your mentor give you the plotter as well?
I
No,
bought that.
that's a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's new. So I backfilled that um,
How
with.
did you learn to play with it? Like you just experimented a little bit, or did you have some
Well,
training?
we have one at CCS. So as
Mm-hmm.
anybody who's listening may know, I also teach at the College for
Yeah.
Studies,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
so we purchased one of those. I did research. So Lincoln, introduced me to that machine. I went to Linea Pelican
Mm-hmm.
to go
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
representing the school when we first got
Yeah.
started. Which I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody. I know Lorna's been here, and
Uh-huh.
people have made their way through, but we have a $1 million prototyping lab. So mine's actually,
Oh.
my machine is a longer version of it. The one we have at the school is
Mm-hmm.
3 feet by 2 feet on the cutting surface. Mine
Mm-hmm.
9,
Uh-huh.
which is cool because I can do
It's
belts.
bigger.
Yeah, I can do straps.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long.
Three
Mm-hmm.
feet size is limiting. But I mean, we have we have a Landis sole stitcher. We have a
Uh-huh.
full sidewall stitcher for doing cup soles.
Wow.
Have
Wow. Wait, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit about like I know it's like all this information coming to everybody, and I know you, so I know where you work and everything. But let's
yeah.
say a little introduction about your work, how you started,
Okay.
and where you are at now.
Thanks for steering me back into the middle here. So I started. I actually have a fine arts degree from CCS, which is also where I teach. But
Mm-hmm.
I started sewing when I was young, using my mom's faff, which is somewhere in this room, and making stuff for myself and costumes and art. And I actually have a fine arts degree.
Mm-hmm.
I used to start do like big soft sculptures, like
Mm-hmm.
Cloudberg and stuff like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
eventually I just was kind of out and I would do, I worked as a woodworker, like a lot of art school students. I ended up making railings and doing welding, and
Right.
I fell
Right.
in some upholstery. And then actually, I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. I worked in Dolly Parton's studio. I made clothes for Dolly Parton for a couple of months.
Wow. Wow. How did that, like, it just jumped in, like, fell in your lap?
I met a guy. I was bartending at the time, and I met a guy who worked, who came into the bar, and he was a professional costumer. Had come from LA, and there's
Mm-hmm.
looking for that in Nashville, and I actually bedazzled a vest that Dolly Parton wore on the Oprah Winfrey Show, which was kind of random.
Oh, wow.
My
That's
ran-
cool.
that's my random Nashville story. So that was my only experiment too with working in garments. I'm strictly working.
Mm.
I don't do shoes. I have made shoes, but I don't generally do it. I'm trying not to serve too many masters, to be honest. So I was doing that for a while, and then I'd come back to Detroit, and I also worked in a bike shop fixing bikes, one of my other random things I can do. And
Mm. Bikes
started
like motorcycles,
no bicycles.
bicycles.
Yep. And then I started making messenger bags, and I
Mm.
kind of doing my own little bag company here
Mm.
when a friend of mine who worked in the bike shop got a job working at Shinola because they also produced really nice American made bikes
Right.
made in the Waterford factory in Waterford, Wisconsin. But
Mm. Mm.
I heard about the leather department at Shinola and got hired in there as a pattern maker and a sample maker, and I worked
Mm.
5 years until recently.
Mm-hmm.
I had the ability to start my own studio because of the gift of the equipment. And,
Right.
also for the last 4.5, 5 years, I've been helping start and build the Center for Creative Studies, or the College for Creative Studies. I'm sorry. I went to the Center for Creative Studies. In
Okay.
2000, they became the College for Creative Studies. So
Right.
I now teach at the College for Creative Studies.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm faculty in the Fashion Accessories Design Department. We
Mm. Mm-hmm.
graduated our second group of seniors.
Mm.
Only been open and running for 5 years as a department.
Wow. Okay.
Department in the school, and we had some heavy sponsorship. We've got an amazing board and an amazing
Mm-hmm.
staff. Our department chair, Aki Chocolate. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we've had Marsan has been there. Nori Kimi
Yeah.
has visited
Yeah.
our school.
Yeah.
Lisa Sorrell has visited the school.
Yeah.
I'm sure quite a few other people who I may not mention, but if I forgot your name, I apologize. But
The school seems amazing with like equipment. I've
yeah,
seen the studio space. It's super not luxurious, but like you can do so many things.
it's
Like,
crazy. It's
yeah.
Yeah, and not only just the department, but the larger footprint of the
Mm.
college. I mean, on
Mm.
the 11th floor, we have 3D printing. So, I mean, we have students who are, 3D printing their own hardware. We can
Wow.
I mean, at
Wow.
Fine Art School where I went, there's actually two campuses. I went
Uh-huh.
that's behind our large art museum, the Detroit.
Uh-huh.
We're north of that in the sort of the design college area, where there's also product design, and
Mm.
we also have an amazing graphic design department. I know
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don Kilpatrick is actually listening right now. Holler to Don,
Yeah.
and he.
Hi. Yeah, we'll talk to him in June.
Oh, good. Yeah. So Don did a piece with Noriyuki as well, and
Yeah.
so we have the benefit of having the larger footprint of the whole school. So we have our
Yeah.
illustration department, everything really, gives our students a lot of secondary access. That's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. And I feel like the whole city, it has like the history of making and
Yeah.
makers.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are taking that on as like not a challenge, but it's a good challenge.
It's a good challenge. And I think too, that's part of what Isaac is doing is, I mean, if you want to be a welder,
Mm-hmm.
you can go, or if you want to hire welders, for example, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to train them. So one of the things we identified working at Shinola is we had to train all these people to be sewers and stitchers.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But, there really wasn't a pinpoint for that.
Right.
Whereas if you want to hire a welder, they have to show up with a certification.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
a lot of that skill is going to be here. The other thing about Detroit is we're a logistics hub, so we have shipping. We also
Yeah.
have waterways. Things
Mm.
that you can get a boat here if you want equipment. You want to order equipment from China, you can get it here
What?
by boat.
Wow.
Yeah, go through the
Which
yeah. There's locks up
canal?
in northern Michigan.
Oh, through
You
Canada and like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, through the Hudson Bay and all that. So you
Wow.
get so another advantage of Detroit is that we are an international harbor. So logistically and cheaper rent. It's going up, of course, as everything is, but compared to New York, of course, and
Right.
LA. Uh, so I know PBH is talking about coming here. They're going to
Great.
put
Whoop
together
whoop. Detroit.
Detroit.
Represent. Yes.
Cut
What
cut
are
and
you
sew in
working
Detroit.
on other than PPE? Do you have a project of your own that you're
I
working on?
have yeah, I showed one thing, and this also is something you ask if we have maker's mark on our stuff. So I've been trying to do some. Let me try to find a good place to put this. I've been trying to make some more. I worked leather primarily, but I'm also trying to
Mm-hmm.
kind of more sport fashion.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow. What's the material?
So it's just 500 weight Cordura, but
Okay, Cordura. Mm-hmm.
I've been having foam glued to the back
Okay.
to squish your feel, like a 16-inch or a 32nd-inch foam, and then I just
Okay.
skive it away like leather. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's amazing. I just get it converted, like
Uh-huh.
conversion services. So I'll just have someone, who does boat tops or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
glue it to the fabric, and there's a 10-yard minimum or something. But then I can do all these little details, and
Wait, it's hard to see. Can you show us?
yeah. So
Sorry.
like that, where am I at here? So like that little detail,
Uh-huh.
all of that the same way you would skive leather. So all of my seam allowance,
Really?
all of my little
Uh-huh.
hidden zippers, like,
Uh-huh.
can you see that one?
Let me see.
So this is a hidden zipper.
Wait, it's difficult to see. Hold on.
Let me reverse my thing here.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So
Yeah.
this little hidden zipper
Uh-huh.
back of the bag, but all
Uh-huh.
the fabric is just regular Cordura, but I give it this kind of squish and this kind of luxurious life by
Ooh.
by gluing it to the foam, and then I can just operate and use it the same way that I would use leather. So I
Wow.
even skive away, like behind here is skived away, all
Uh-huh.
that. I might even have a
Wow.
sample of it over here in the
Wow.
studio. So that's what
I'm actually not familiar with the material. I feel really ignorant, but do you think you can
oh,
tell me what's the material consist of?
500 weight
Cordura.
Cordura. This is my
So is it Cordura when you say that it's not cotton, it's
no, it's polyester.
poly.
It's
Okay.
or
Okay.
nylon, but so Cordura is a very common sport fabric that people use. Uh,
Huh. It's is it kind of like as like a brand name? You know how like we say 3M for tape? Is that kind of like a brand name? Oh,
yes,
could you
Cordura
hear
is
me?
absolutely a brand
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, okay, got it, got it. All
but
right, I'll look into it because I'm curious.
no,
I'm
yeah.
sure I've seen it and like touched it before, but when you mentioned it, I'm like, oh, I actually don't know how what it feels.
So,
I'm trying to imagine like the feel of it as you're showing it to me.
and now
It
tearing
looks
apart.
nylon-y, but like it's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
rubbery at all, right?
no, it's not rubbery at
No.
all. But what I've done is usually it's it doesn't have as much shoulder or life
Mm-hmm.
as a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things. And for some reason, right now, I cannot find a piece of the skiving.
No worries.
Yeah, so
It's
I'm just
okay.
tearing
But
apart my
it's interesting that you can use it like leather, which is,
right.
yeah, like I'm imagining the skiver, like the machine doesn't really like the material, or is it totally okay?
Totally okay. I'll just go do it
Totally okay.
while we're
Oh.
talking. So it's